Well, let us see what is the next best thing that Blender has to offer us. With that being said and done, let me show you what I have prerequisitely done before this video. I have created a blue monkey and I have created a plane and given it a fully metallic surface and reduced the roughness completely. That's why it's shining like a mirror. So what can be done and what is the next topic is under render properties. Our next topic under sampling is advanced. The first option is called seed. What it actually does is, you see here there is small dots, patterns of dots called noise. So if I change this value, a new pattern of noise is being created. One more thing, there is a small button over here which is looking like a clock. If you click on this, it's going to animate the noise per frame. What I actually mean is, if I switch this off and now if I change the current time indicator, if I am changing the frames, nothing is happening here. But if I click over here and then if I change the frames, a new noise pattern is created for each and every frame. Why and how is this useful for us? When you are shooting on film, there are these little grains that appear because of low light condition. So the Blender people thought, why not animate the noise so that it may seem like a film grain instead of removing the noise completely. So this is a very legacy type effect. If you want, you can go in denoising and denoise it completely, but it's an option given there as well. So I will select this and tap 0. The next is pattern, Sobol, correlated multijitter and progressive multijitter. So there is not a big difference that I have found out between these things, but there is one thing that I have found out, that if adaptive sampling is on, pattern is off and it will go directly to progressive multijitter, and if it is off, you can select whatever type of noise pattern you want. So I will keep it on Sobol. Next option is square samples. Now I am having 128 samples for render in cycles under GPU computation. So if I square this sample, 128 into 128, that many samples are being used by Blender to render. Why this is useful? We can directly increase the render samples and the noise will be reduced, but with that the render time will also be increased as well. Next option is minimum light bounces. Now what is happening is, light is coming over here, touching the surface, mirror surface, and it is bouncing and falling over here, and it is bouncing as many times as it can. So this parameter defines the minimum light bounces that must happen. Right now what is happening is, if I select the light and go to light properties, the maximum bounces are 1024. It's more than enough, but minimum light bounces you can type here 500, so it will bounce the light for minimum 500 times before the render is available. So already we have 1024, it is more than enough. Minimum transparent bounces. Now let me go over here and switch off the scene lights and scene world and get this HDRI which is been given by Blender for the setting here. So the minimum transparent bounces, for that what I am doing is, I am selecting the monkey, I am going to the material, and in the material I am going to transmission and increasing this value completely. That's why this monkey is looking like a glass, and because of the noise we are not able to see it clearly. I will click on this denoising viewport in the viewport. So now this object is looking like glass. Minimum transparent bounces. This is a transparent object. Inside that transparent object, how many times the light must bounce, that is being defined by this value. And light threshold is a very clever way provided by Blender. What it actually does is, if I have an object here and I have a light over here and I have a light very far away from this object. So what Blender is going to do is looking at this light and object and see if the light is falling over the object, and then calculating the light information which is falling over this object. If this light is very far and this light is lesser than 0.01, light threshold 0.01, so it will negate that light and it will not calculate the light falling over this object. So it is one of the most smartest thing that Blender developers have given us. And I hope you are liking this video. If you like this video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the share button, and if you want, you can comment something wonderful or ask your doubts as much as you can, and I will try to my level best to clear them as much as I can. And if you want to give me money, you can give on Google Pay, Phone Pay, Paytm. You can donate your money there. Phone number will be given in the description. And if you want, you can support my channel by going on the Patreon page. Links will be given in the description as well. With that being said and done, try to see it, learn it, understand it. I will see you in the next video.
Data.